you know.
So you talked about all the hours, though, spent in putting this down.
Took a couple of days to do that, didn't it?
I just can't imagine that sitting there and doing that. Did it drive you crazy at times?
It did, because I'll tell you what drove me the most nuts is I got a couple of the songs programmed, and I think we first broadcast them, I think December 5th. Our goal was Thanksgiving night, by the way. That's when we had our Christmas lights up last year. But, boy, I was just blown away this year with how much time it took. So we had a couple of songs up December 5th, I believe. And then just this being my first year and first time doing any of this, I noticed some of my timings were off and just some elements didn't look as good as I wanted. And so for the next week or so, there were maybe 2 weeks or so, just re-editing what I'd already done. And then, of course, I was working on the last couple of songs. But there were actually 2 occasions where I did not go to bed for 2 nights in a row. I sat at my computer for the most part of both those days, just programming. And I did that on 2 occasions. I'd not go to bed for 2 days, and then I'd finally catch up and sleep for a little bit. And then I'd stay awake for a couple more days in a row. And I mean, it's worth it to me, because for me, it's really important that I get it right the first time, I guess. I don't want to have people come out to the show and just sort of write me off and say, it's just another one of those. And I sort of wanted to,
You hit it big.
Yeah, there you go.
Hit it big.
Do you know anybody else in Coffee County or in the state of Tennessee that would be that dedicated to something that's not going to give them any monetary return?
No.
That is just.
There's more than monetary returns.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the world's not about money. It's not all money motivated. I mean, a lot is, but I mean, like I said earlier, it's wonderful seeing the reactions of people, the reactions of children. I mean, there's just a lot of fun that you get out of it, and a lot of just pleasure in other ways than monetarily.
I just,
Wow.
you brought joy to so many people this year, and
so many more after this program.
Yeah, I guarantee it. It may be a packed house.
I guess I'll be out there directing traffic again tonight.
Well, see, and people, I think there's a lot of people out there. You talked about tough times and how difficult times are right now. Well, this is something that you have given to the community, and whether you're having a big Christmas, small Christmas, whatever, this will bring joy to you. There's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
Because that old guy beside of you, he doesn't get excited about a lot of things, but he was excited Saturday when he called me. He was really excited.
That's what's cool is you don't only affect the kids in the area.
Wow.
It's the adults.
He was tore up.
Everybody that comes and watches.
I've never seen anything like that in Manchester.
He was tore up. He said, "You have got to go." And I mean, the more he talked, I said, "Okay, let's go."
That's better than Bonnaroo.
And it was, what was it, 9 o'clock or so by the time I got out there on Saturday night, and it wasn't bad when we pulled up. It wasn't bad. I was like 3 or 4 cars back. Mm-hmm. By the time I left, you had 20 deep.
Yeah.
And this was 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. I was like, wow.
Yeah, especially when the church rush came last night. There were a lot of people after they got out of church. It got very busy then. It shocked me. I really didn't expect there to be a great following this year, because it's all word of mouth kind of thing. And
it has been. It really has been. And I know Laura Sellers, good friends with Laura, and she put it out on Facebook yesterday, and I was like, holy cow, she's dead on with this, because she talked about how amazing it is and everything, and she's not living here now, and she said, I'm missing it. And I'm like, golly, it is unbelievable. So I made a couple of comments on her page, and the more I thought about it, I said, got to somehow go back tonight. And we had some company over last night, and I said, have you been out to see this? Well, no. And I said, you Christmas lights? And I said, yeah, just wait.
Yeah.
Just wait.
That's the fun part.
And she goes out there, and this is, a lady, mid-30s, and she looks out there and she goes, oh, my, how'd they do this? I said, I'd say a lot of work, a lot of work. So you've wrapped the poles. That is amazing. There, on the front porch. That, it probably has to be the most lights in one area is around those poles.
Oh, yeah.
How many trees do you have in your house that show?
In our house. The wife takes care of that. She does a wonderful job in
Is
the
there
house
5
decorating.
or more?
There's actually more. In the front-facing windows, there's 6. And then there's one in a rear-facing bedroom, and so there's a total of 7
There's
trees
7
inside.
Christmas trees. Wow.
And our goal is to have, or my goal, my wife says no. She's happy with one in every room that faces the front. But my goal is to have one in every single window, and then I was going to incorporate those into my show next year. But we'll see.
Why hasn't WLAC and WSM and Fox and the rest of them been down here?
Have you been contacted by any TV stations or anything
I have
yet?
not.
I bet you might now.
You will after this.
Bet you might now.
Take some viewers to call in and say, hey, you ought to
come
go
on. Rob,
watch
Rob's
that.
got something. Rob?
I've gotten a couple of calls from people that are new to the area that don't know where old.
All right, let's tell them. All right, I've got the easy directions.
It's out there next to the new airport road.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah. If you're traveling from Manchester towards Hillsboro, right after you pass the VIM factory, it is the first road to the left. First road to the left. Turn on that road and follow the road. Don't just follow the road. Don't make any turns. There'll be a little section there where you could veer off to the right, but just keep going back to your left around that curve, and you're going to run right into it. But again, if you're heading from Manchester toward Hillsboro, first road on the left past the VIM factory, which is the last factory that you'll see going past the industrial park.
The one with the big fountain out front.
The big fountain, and they've got a little Christmas display out front as well. So let's make sure everybody knows where to go.
And when you pull up, cut your lights off.
Yeah, well, what we ask now, I put it in the voiceover, flashers or parking lights. But I find that a lot of people really get bothered by the flashers, so I need to redo the voiceover. But yeah, please parking lights only.
Yeah,
and that allows other people to know that you're staying for the show, because there are neighbors, there are people that live on the road that would like to just go on about their business and get home. And
pull to the side, leave plenty of room so everybody can kind of drive through the area.
Yep. And again, once you as you get to the house, it's best if you actually come from the right side of the house to watch the show. That's what I try to tell everybody that waits on the left side of the house. But yeah, and there's many ways to get there. Actually, I've told some people, if you come up Asbury, and turn right on Benson Road and right on Buck Jones Road, and then right onto Old Airport Road, you'll already be coming in that direction. It's only a couple of more minutes to drive, but you'll already be in an ideal parking position.
Because that way you see the star on the end of the house.
Absolutely, yeah. And then you'll already be facing towards the highway from Old
Airport
Road.
The first time I went, I was parked on the right side of the road, coming from the Hillsboro side. And when I made my way in, I just didn't see it. And then last night we saw it, and I was like, wow.
It does do blinky blink blink like everything else. So there might be times that people glance up and not see it, and then glance down, and there it goes blinking.
It is huge. This star is.
Yeah, just the putting up of the lights is unbelievable.
How long did it take you from the time you started to the time you ended on the lights?
Well, wonderful friends and family came out to help most every Saturday. We started right after Halloween. Working hard on every Saturday, and I'd do what I could through the week with the wife. It took us about a month to set everything up. Right. The biggest challenge was the mega tree. The mega tree out there, by the way, that's what it's termed in Christmas forums and all that. But the mega tree is 36 feet tall, and then the star on top of that, the Christmas star on the mega tree, is an additional 4.5 feet, and so we call it a 41-foot tree overall. But to put that up, we got the tower up with the use of a tractor. And I mean, it was a pretty big challenge. But to put all the lights on it, I climbed to the top of that tower with a pulley and stood on top of that tower, 30-something feet in the air, for 4.5 hours as my dad and other friends helped on the ground. They'd hook lights to the pulley, and we'd pull them up, and I'd hook them to the top. 4.5 hours is how long it took to set all those up. But
wow,
it's all worth it in the end. I mean, it's a relatively small sacrifice, I guess.
Now you got to take it all down, man.
Well, yeah, that's. I mean, gravity helps with that, so it won't take quite as long. But yeah, it's not something to look forward to.
I assume the other Delaney's on Airport Road is your mom and dad.
My dad, yeah, okay. My dad lives 2 miles up the road.
Okay,
all right. So
he's into this also. I mean,
he's jumped right in.
Well, he's been a good support with and helping. He made the my window frames. He made those out of wood, so then I could just wrap something easily with Christmas lights.
Wow!
And then of course he's come over many times with his wife and helped just do do whatever
That's
I
awesome.
need. It is. I mean,
what about? We talked off air a little bit about your neighbors, and you said your neighbors have been in great support of this. That you good friends with them and everything, and that's amazing itself. Because sometimes you don't get good neighbors.
Yeah.
And not going to support you. Them people drive me crazy, all those Christmas lights. But you said they've been wonderful to you.
Yeah, the ones on the same side of the road just love it, and they aren't bothered by it at all. But I do have speakers on the front porch that do. They don't blare the music, but they put out the music that they're in the show. And I went and talked to the neighbors across the road, and they don't have any problem with it. But I just wanted to ask for any considerations that I need to take for them, because I mean they have kids and kids in school, and so I asked them if there's anything that they needed me to change or anything like that, and they were very supportive right from the get-go. The only thing is they occasionally have people blocking their driveway, and some people don't realize that they're trying to enter or leave their driveway until they don't know to get out of the way. And so that's the only thing. I did put in the voiceover. I said, please be courteous
of
our neighbors. Please don't block neighbors' driveways. And again, like y'all said earlier, use parking lights just so everybody won't be blinded.
All right. Kenny Delaney is my guest this morning, and we want to say thank you once again for the Christmas present for the community. And that's really what it is.
What times do they run?
Yep, 5 to 10.
5 to 10, Sunday through Thursday on school nights.
Okay.
And then 5 to 11 on Fridays and Saturdays.
And again, I'll give my directions, then you give yours. If you go from Manchester toward Hillsboro, you're going to turn the first road to the left, past Viam Factory. And just follow that road 1.3 miles, he says. Is that right?
And it is marked.
1.3 miles up Old Airport Road.
Okay,
Yes.
So you'll find it right there. So that's one way to go. And can you go ahead and tell us the rest of the way?
Yeah, the other way, just to ease congestion coming from that direction, the other easy way to get into our house is from Asbury Road. Asbury Road is immediately on the left right after the Nissan dealership. Right as the lane merges into two lanes right there at the highway. It's a couple of miles up Asbury Road. You take a right on Benson Road. And there's a weird, sharp left-hand turn that you just follow the road. Then you come to a stop sign, and there's a Buck Jones Road you'll take a right on. And then it's 0.3 of a mile on Buck Jones Road, and then it's a right-hand turn on the Old Airport Road, and it's just a half a mile from there. I mean, that's just the back way into our house, and it's convenient.
It's pretty close to the airport.
The major airport out there?
Yeah,
the metropolitan
There's a little
airport.
crop duster that used to run out there, and I guess that's where the name came from, but nothing too big.
Yeah. Ken, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming in,
Thank you very much.
doing this. It's a pleasure to talk to you, and thanks again for doing this and the amazing work that you, your family, your friends have put into this. You've got to be super proud of this, and I know you're going to have a lot more folks coming out to see you. It is absolutely mind-boggling.
We welcome them all.
So come on out and see this.
If Lucky and I come out and sell hot chocolate and cookies?
Maybe we'll give out candy canes, Barry. We'll dress you up as Santa Claus.
I was actually thinking about doing that, but I haven't gained the courage yet, I guess. I don't know.
well, Barry could play Santa Claus, couldn't he?
There you go. Hey, yeah, we welcome that kind of thing.
Sandy needs
if
some
somebody
help.
wanted to, absolutely. That would be fun.
You're Santa's helper, aren't you?
Yeah,
I figured you would be. Yeah.
Do you still have your elf hat?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
I have one too. I can don for y'all.
Yeah. Kenny, thank you again.
Thank y'all.
And
Thank you.
have great shows from now on. And how long will it last? How many days are you going to go?
Okay, yeah, good question. We're absolutely going to stay up until the weekend of New Year's. January 2nd, I think, is a Sunday, if I recall.
Yes.
Depending on how many people we get and people are still coming, I might end up bumping it out to the next weekend, which is January 8th or so. The last day it'll show will be on a Sunday night.
Okay.
Whether it be maybe the 2nd or the 9th, I don't recall the dates.
Okay.
So.
All right, very good. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take a break here, and I'll come back and wrap it up real quick in a moment. All right, one more thing before we get off the air here. Kenny wanted us to mention that planetchristmas.com, if you ever wanted to get involved in doing a display like he has done out on Old Airport Road, it is planetchristmas.com. Could truly help you, get started in all this, and lots of ideas and lots of good answers to questions, I'm sure, if you have any questions. So get on there and check that out, planetchristmas.com, and you'll understand what we're talking about. So thanks again to Ken Delaney. Kenny, thank you again, and thank you to Coach Eddie Nunley for being my guest early on this morning. Certainly appreciate it.